What is going on, YouTube? I am Germ here. Today we have big news out of the LCS that it is Tanner time once again. Golden Guardians yesterday have announced that Damonte is going to be their new mid laner, starting mid laner for the summer split of 2020. I think is really big, really exciting news. Damonte is a decently popular player. He obviously doesn't have an enormous fan base or anything, but is being one of the only NA mid laners and being one of the more successful and popular NA mid laners. This is going to be pretty big news for a lot of people. I think he obviously is going to be replacing another NA mid laner in GOLDENGLUE, but if you take a look at the spring split 2020 stats, GOLDENGLUE ranked towards the bottom of the league in pretty much every statistical category for mid lane. I didn't think he ever looked like too terrible, like just visually, like clearly like trolling or just overmatched or anything. But over the course of the split, his stats just do not look very good. And obviously, Golden Guardians felt they needed to make a change. They were a playoff team in the spring split. But if they see this as a straight upgrade, that could be obviously very, very good for their team. And I think a lot of people do see this as an upgrade. I think a lot of people felt it was absolutely crazy that Damonte was not a starting LCS mid laner in the spring split of 2020, especially after taking Clutch to Worlds just the year before. He wasn't like, I don't know, he wasn't the reason they made it to Worlds or anything, and they kind of flopped at Worlds, but he at least deserved to be in the top 10 of mid laners, especially when you have guys like Ica. But Ica taking up an import slot, being better than Damonte as a native mid laner, I think that was absolutely crazy. I think a lot of people thought Damonte was probably better in GOLDENGLUE as well. And yeah, Damonte had a very, very nice split in Academy. He was sure to be moving up and getting a starting split either one way or another. Maybe this split, a starting mid lane spot, either this split or in the next year for sure going into 2021. People thought that was crazy. I don't know. A lot of teams made a lot of weird decisions this past offseason, but now he is back in. GOLDENGLUE has responded by saying he's at a loss for words this time because it was very unexpected. He did hear about this before. I think he heard about this probably about a week ago. But he says he knows that he's an LCS caliber mid, so he won't stop fighting. I'm sure he'll end up with an Academy spot. I don't think there's any way for him to get a LCS spot at this point, and I don't think he necessarily deserves one. Maybe if he makes some improvements going into 2021. But yeah, I think Damonte definitely deserved a spot. I think it's crazy that with the upward trajectory he was showing at the time going into 2020, was he like a top 5 mid laner? Probably not. Definitely not actually. But in other sports and in other leagues and stuff, young players who show promise and potential, they get 2, 3, 4, 5 years to develop before they need to become like a known commodity that is absolutely dominant and stuff. And it's so weird that in League of Legends and LCS you get like a split, 2 splits to show that you are one of the best, or you just get thrown to the side. And I think that's not even what development is. That's not how anything should be. Yes, guys like GOLDENGLUE have gotten a ton of chances, and he's kind of squandered a lot of them and not really shown major improvement. I mean, I think he has shown major improvement from back in the day when he used to be just terrible in LCS, and now he's at least serviceable. He was a mid laner on a playoff team. But yeah, I think guys need more time to develop. I think rather than just keep importing a bunch of people, you need to ride stuff out. And I think players over time can really, if they're determined and have a good coaching staff, and like, I think if you have the coaching staff and the development and facilities and everything put around players that you believe in and you're confident, then you should believe in your ability to make people better. But yeah, I think it's really, really weird because I come from definitely a traditional sports background, seeing what goes on in the LCS and how players like Damonte go from making it to World, being on one of the top 3 teams in North America, to not even having a spot in the next split. And that is just got to be absolutely terrible for player development and stuff, especially one of the brightest North American mid lane talents. That is a position that we need so badly. I think it's absolutely crazy. I definitely think this is an upgrade for the Golden Guardians. I'm excited about them going into the next split. I think they've gained some fans. I think their team is going to be better. Not sure, again, exactly what's going to happen with GOLDENGLUE, but I'm sure he'll end up with an Academy spot. And if not, I'm sure he'll have an Academy spot for sure going into 2021 because he has been very, very good in Academy when he's played in Academy, but he's just not quite LCS potential at this time. But yeah, I hope Damonte does well. I do like him a lot. I'm always a fan of NA mid laners. I think he's going to be pretty popular. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this move plays out. But yeah, pretty much it for this video today, guys. Damonte on the move from Dignitas Academy to Golden Guardians starting lineup for the Summer Split 2020. Drop a like if you enjoyed this video. Leave a comment down below. What do you think about Damonte joining GGS? Yeah. Subscribe, sub down on my latest content. Hopefully I catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.